Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken with Iranian President Dr. Masoud Pezeshkian today and conveyed warm Eid and Nowruz greetings. He expressed hope that this festive season brings peace, stability and prosperity to West Asia. The Prime Minister strongly condemned attacks on critical infrastructure in the region, noting that such actions threaten regional stability and disrupt global supply chains. He reiterated the importance of safeguarding freedom of navigation and ensuring that shipping lanes remain open and secure at all times. Ambassador Gauri Shankar Gupta, just moving a little bit away from what I've just apprised our viewers of, recently Congress leader and member of Parliament Dr. Shashi Tharoor had made a very interesting statement, and he had praised the Modi government for the fact that they didn't say anything. There was a lot of critique coming for the current government, saying that they haven't taken a stand against the US when it comes to this war. But very interestingly, Dr. Shashi Tharoor said that, restraint is strength and it should be used accordingly. And he really praised the Modi government and invited ire, in fact, from his Congress party members. That's very interesting. The question that I'm asking you is that what do you think is the right stance? That has India not going very strong on the US when it comes to this war? Has it been the right stance, according to you?
Vaisali, sometimes silence is better than the words. And that is what India did in the beginning, because we knew our stakes in the region are very, very high, in fact, exceptionally high. Given our 1 crore people in the region, in Gulf states, earning their livelihood, getting about 130 billion remittances from them every year, energy supply to the extent of 25-30% from the region, our stakes were very, very high, and they are very high today. And we also had, good collaboration with Iran. We had this Chabahar port for access to Central Asia, where we had invested more than $500 million to develop that port. So Iran was also a friendly country. Then we had good relations with Israel, because Israeli technology and arms are needed for us to control the terrorism in the country. So in addition, of course, US is very important, with a lot of multifaceted relationship with US we have. So our stakes with all these players are involved. They are very, very high. They are higher than any other country in the region. And that is why I think we did not know how to react, first of all. And if we react, what reaction it would have. So what they observed was silence was good. In fact, that is why today the Prime Minister has been able to speak to the Iranian President. He has been able to speak to all the Gulf leaders. And he has also been able to speak, I'm sure, with outside powers which matter. Apart from France and Malaysia, I think he will be speaking to some other powers who are responsible. And that is the capability of India because of that silence. That silence gave us the strength. We don't have to react to everything every time, but we have to assess the situation. It was a good assessment, but I would say we did one mistake in the entire process. It's a small mistake, but it's a mistake. When Ayatollah Khomeini was assassinated, I think we should have immediately regretted that. That was the only thing which I would like to add, that on our part, we delayed that. Finally, Vikram Misri, my colleague in Foreign Office, went there and he, signed on the condolence book. But that was a little bit late. But despite that, PM spoke to Iranian President earlier also. He spoke today. The foreign ministers of India and Iran have been in touch constantly. And I'm sure the Prime Minister must have spoken to President Putin, though it has not come out in public so far.
Master Gupta, I'll have to interrupt you because we're very short on time. But of course, as you're saying that, there would have been a rebuttal from Donald Trump immediately if India had said anything. So perhaps silence is key at the moment.
Absolutely.
Major General Sehgal and Ambassador Gauri Shankar Gupta, as always, a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for joining me and for your time on NewsX. And viewers, we're slipping into a short commercial break, but stay tuned. There's a lot more coming up on the other side.